Hey, I thought I would make a video just for the pure fun of it. Uh, I'm in my newest home. I tend to switch up abodes rather rapidly, and I'm in another hotel. I've been here 2 weeks, and I love living in hotels. When I was a little kid in Indianapolis in the 80s up until the early 90s, I partially lived in a grandiose hotel, and I think that probably set the tone. I've lived, whether briefly or long term, in a gazillion hotels, and I quite like this one. I'm not sure how long I'll stay, but it's very nice. The bed, as you can see in the back there, sort of is so cozy, and I have lots of pillows, and it's just there's high ceilings that are really nice. I love all that. I love high ceilings. They rock my world. Anyway, and Patti Smith, right this second, is playing down the street. I wasn't able to land a ticket. I mean, I guess I could go over there. I have good concert karma or whatever. I mean, I've been to a million shows where I didn't have a ticket, and I just go over there and I get in somehow. But I like Patti Smith as far as whenever I've seen her interviews, and I'm sure that Just Kids is awesome. I've glanced at it, I've never read it yet, but the premise of it, I dig. I'm sure I will read it at some point. But I've never really absorbed her music. Just little bits and pieces. So I'm not by any means a Patti Smith super fan. But I do love the Cult and the Smiths. And from my understanding, Billy from the Cult introduced Johnny Marr and Morrissey at a Patti Smith show. And then I am a pretty, solid, REM, they sort of, I can't help but be intrigued by them, but I always think that, it's subjective, of course, but I think with REM, sometimes they really are transcendent, like a song like The One I Love, or Bittersweet Me. What's another one? I mean, like I said, it's all subjective. Living Well is the Best Revenge I like. Monster sometimes gets a lot of criticism, but I like that album quite a bit. And Murmur is pretty awesome. But anyway, my point is that I always thought that they have so many songs, and some of them kind of are more a sketch, in my opinion, as opposed to a developed tune. But that's the nature of having a lot of output. If a band only has 2 albums or something, there's less to criticize, and it's annoying to be a professional critic. It's just whatever mood a person is in, how any art hits them. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, but the reason I brought up REM, probably my favorite REM tune is the rather unusual tune Ebo the Letter, which has Patti Smith on it, and Patti Smith was Michael Stipe's main inspiration. So anyway, there's no real clear direction of this. I just wanted to make a video, and whenever I make videos, a lot of times my friends or strangers see it, and sometimes the nature of this sort of thing, sometimes people like it, and sometimes even Zia Starless will build songs around it. I don't know if this will happen this time, but it's happened too many times to to recount easily. I'd have to think, I guess, maybe 12 times or something. Zia, baby. But let's see. Okay, I'm gonna pick a card, as I like to do. I'm gonna pick a card. Here it goes. Ready? All right. So what is, for me, but for anybody who's watching this too, what is the important element that I'm overlooking or I'm unaware of? That a force, some force, whatever it is, the force itself, illuminate what I'm not aware of with this card. Wow, okay. So this medieval looking dude juggling around stuff. It's like staying afloat on the rocky sea and being a Jack of all trades. Or Jacqueline, if you happen to be of a female orientation. But basically having multiple streams of income, being quick on your feet. And I'll do a second one. I'll just do two. Okay, so stay quick on your feet, make it happen, have at least 2 streams of income. And that, as that's going on, there's also the devil. So the devil is associated with Capricorn, of which I am. It's also associated with vice, addiction, sex, all that good stuff. So perhaps, you know, be mindful of that. But it also could entail the notion of having jobs that are in the vice department, like being a bartender, working at a strip club, which I used to do a million years ago. What else? Anything that would be kind of dangerous, or where people are addicted to stuff. Maybe demonic, slightly demonic. But then another way to look at it is to say, well, 2 things. I think it's good to make friends with one's dark side and in a way shine light on it so it's not so dark after all. To understand one's weaknesses and dysfunctions, the psychology of all that. But then, perhaps it's balancing out what could be considered falls from grace. Maybe that's what's happening. But anyway, it's over 8 minutes, this little self-discussion that's going out into the world forever. So I bid you adieu on this enchanted November 13th, 2025.